These old and dirty wheat pennies might look like pocket change, but some are hiding jaw-dropping secrets worth a fortune. Imagine pulling a blackened, worn penny from a jar, only to discover collectors would pay thousands, even hundreds of thousands for it. Tiny mint marks, missing details, or strange colors can turn a grimy cent into life-changing money. Before you clean or ignore that old penny, look closer. Your richest coin might be the dirtiest one you own. Stop everything, because the dirty, brown penny hiding in your drawer right now could be a hidden treasure worth big money, and I mean life-changing value. I'm talking about a 1939 old, worn-out wheat penny that most people would toss aside. Yet collectors have paid thousands, even six figures, for the right one. Here's the mystery. 1939 was the final calm before World War II exploded across the world. America was still recovering from the Great Depression, mints were under pressure, and quality control quietly slipped. That single year created pennies with tiny mistakes. Errors so small they went unnoticed for decades, until collectors realized they were sitting on big money. Imagine this. A man in the Midwest cracked open a dusty coffee can filled with old change. Nothing special. All brown. All dirty. Then he noticed one wheat penny looked off. Same year, 1939, but something didn't feel right. That coin later sold for more than his car. This is not a myth. This is how hidden treasure is found. Now listen carefully, because most 1939 wheat pennies are worth only a few cents. But the rare ones? Those can mean life-changing value. First, check the date. It must read 1939. Next, look just below the date for a mint mark. No mint mark means Philadelphia. An S means San Francisco. A D means Denver. Here's the shocker. Some of the most valuable 1939 pennies are the San Francisco mint, especially in high grade. Why? Because far fewer were struck cleanly, and almost none survived in perfect condition. Now look at the color. Is it dull brown? Red brown? Or does it still glow with original red copper? That bright red color is a jackpot sign. A red 1939 penny in top condition has sold at major auctions for 5 to 6 figures. Same coin, same year, just condition. But now, this is where your heart should start racing. Turn the coin and examine the lettering. Look at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If the letters look doubled, thicker, or shadowed, you may have a double die error. A genuine double die 1939 penny can be worth hundreds to thousands, even when dirty. Next, check the mint mark closely if it has one. Some 1939 pennies show re-punched mint marks, where the letter was stamped twice. These errors are subtle, sneaky, and incredibly valuable. A 1939 re-punched mint mark penny has sold for thousands of dollars, even with wear. Now feel the rim with your finger. Is it perfectly round? Or is it weak, uneven, or thicker on one side? Off-center strikes and broad strikes from 1939 exist, and collectors pay serious big money for them. Here's a real auction truth that shocks people. A high-grade 1939 wheat penny with full original red color and razor-sharp details has crossed the auction block for life-changing value, proving that condition alone can turn pocket change into a hidden treasure. And get this, many of the most valuable examples were once called junk coins. Dirty, dark, ignored, until someone took a second look. So if your 1939 penny looks old, grimy, even ugly, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys value. That dirt could be protecting big money underneath. Right now, collectors across the US and UK are paying record prices for rare wheat pennies because they're disappearing into private collections. Once they're gone, they're gone. And that's why this is urgent. Before you go to bed tonight, before you dump that jar of coins, before you assume it's worthless, check every 1939 wheat penny you own. Because one small detail could flip your life from spare change to life-changing value. And in the next video, I'm revealing a wheat penny so rare that fewer than a handful are known, and one sold for more than a house. Don't miss it. Check your coins. Subscribe now. Your hidden treasure might already be waiting. Stop scrolling right now, because the old, dirty penny sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or a forgotten jar could be a hidden treasure worth big money. I'm talking about the 1940 wheat penny, a coin most people ignore, toss aside, or spin without a second thought. Yet the right one can carry life-changing value. Here's the mystery. 1940 was a turning point in history. The world was sliding into chaos as World War II loomed. Copper supplies were under pressure, and U.S. mints were rushing to meet demand. In that rush, tiny mistakes slipped through. Mistakes so small they went unnoticed for decades. Those mistakes are now worth big money. Picture this. A collector in the UK bought a bag of junk wheat pennies for pocket change. Most were dark, scratched, and worn. Then he spotted one coin that felt different. Same year, 1940, but the details didn't line up. That single penny sold at auction for thousands of dollars. That's how hidden treasure reveals itself. Now listen carefully, because most 1940 wheat pennies are common, but a few rare versions can change everything. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1940. Next, look directly under the date for a mint mark. No letter means Philadelphia. A D means Denver. An S means San Francisco. Here's the first shock. 1940. S wheat pennies are the ones that make collectors' hearts race. Fewer were struck, and far fewer survived in high condition. A sharp, well-preserved 1940 S can be worth hundreds to thousands, and in top red condition, even more. Now look at the color. Is it dark brown, red-brown, or does it still glow with original red copper? That bright red color is the difference between spare change and life-changing value. A 1940 wheat penny graded in pristine red condition has sold at major auctions for 5 figures. But here's where things get serious. Look closely at the words, "In God We Trust." Do the letters look doubled? Thick? Slightly shadowed? You may be staring at a double die error. A real double die 1940 penny can sell for hundreds or thousands, even when it looks old and dirty. Now flip the coin and study the mint mark, especially on Denver and San Francisco coins. Some 1940 pennies have repunched mint marks, where the letter was punched twice by hand. These errors are rare, sneaky, and incredibly valuable. Collectors have paid thousands of dollars for authentic examples. Here's another attention shock. Check the rim. Is it perfectly round? Or does it look weak, thicker on one side, or partially missing? 1940 off-center strikes and broad strikes exist, and they are pure hidden treasure. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these can sell for hundreds to several $1,000s. And now a true auction fact that proves this isn't hype. A high-grade 1940 S wheat penny with blazing red color sold through a major U.S. auction house for over $10,000. Same penny, same year, just condition and rarity. And here's the part most people get wrong. Dirt is not your enemy. That dark, ugly layer might be protecting original surfaces underneath. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy big money value. Leave it exactly as you found it. Collectors across the US and UK are hunting these wheat pennies right now. Prices keep climbing because once these coins are locked into collections, they disappear forever. So before you dump that change jar, before you assume it's worthless, before you walk past that dirty penny on the table, check every 1940 wheat penny you own. Because one tiny detail, a mint mark, a doubled letter, a strange rim, could turn pocket change into life-changing value. And in the next video, I'm revealing a wheat penny so rare that even veteran collectors still miss it, and one sold for more than a brand new car. Don't miss it. Check your coins. Subscribe now. Your hidden treasure may already be in your hands. Stop. Do not skip this, because the old, dirty penny you've ignored for years could be a hidden treasure worth big money. I'm talking about a 1950 wheat penny, a coin most people think is boring, common, and worthless. Yet the right one can unlock life-changing value. Here's what makes this coin mysterious. 1950 came at a strange moment in American history. World War II was over, but the economy was adjusting, metal supplies were changing, and U.S. mint workers were still using old equipment that had seen decades of wear. Mistakes happened quietly. No announcements. No warnings. Those tiny errors slipped into circulation, and today, collectors hunt them like buried gold. Let me tell you a true collector story. A man cleaning out his late father's toolbox found a roll of dark, crusty wheat pennies. Nothing shiny. Nothing impressive. Then one coin caught his eye. Same date, 1950, but the letters looked wrong. That penny later sold for thousands of dollars. That's how hidden treasure enters your life. Now listen carefully, because most 1950 wheat pennies are only worth a few cents. But a small percentage? Those are big money coins. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1950. Now look just below the date for the mint mark. No mint mark means Philadelphia. A D means Denver. An S means San Francisco. Here's your first shock. 1950. S wheat pennies are the sleepers. Fewer were struck compared to earlier years, and very few survived in high condition. A clean 1950. S in top shape can be worth hundreds to thousands, and in blazing red condition, collectors have paid 5 figures. Now let's talk about color, because this is where people lose or gain life-changing value. Is the coin dark brown, red brown, or does it still glow with original red copper? That original red color is everything. A 1950 wheat penny graded in near-perfect red condition has sold at major auctions for over $10,000. Same year, same design, just condition. But now, pay attention, because this is where the real big money hides. Look closely at the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Do you see doubling? Thick letters? A shadow effect? You may have a double-die 1950 penny. Authentic double-die examples have sold for hundreds to several $1,000s, even when worn and dirty. Now flip the coin and zoom in on the mint mark, especially if it's a D or S. Some 1950 wheat pennies have repunched mint marks, where the letter was punched more than once by hand. These are rare, easily missed, and highly desirable. Collectors have paid thousands for strong examples. Here's another attention reset. Check the rim. Is it perfectly round? Or does it look weak, uneven, or thicker on one side? 1950 off-center strikes, broad strikes, and partial collar errors exist, and these can bring hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on how dramatic the error is. And now a fact that surprises even experienced collectors. Some 1950 wheat pennies were struck with unusually sharp details because fresh dies were used briefly. These coins, when preserved, command massive premiums. One top-grade example shocked the market by reaching 5-figure auction prices. Proof this isn't hype. Here's the most important rule. Do not clean your coin. That dirt, that darkness, it might be protecting original surfaces worth big money. Cleaning a wheat penny can instantly destroy its hidden treasure value. Right now, collectors in the US and UK are aggressively searching for wheat pennies from overlooked years like 1950. Prices keep climbing as more coins disappear into permanent collections. So before you dump that jar, before you assume it's junk, before you ignore that dirty brown penny, check every 1950 wheat penny you own. Because one tiny detail, a mint mark, a doubled letter, a strange rim, or rare red color, could turn pocket change into life-changing value. And in the next video, I'm revealing a wheat penny error so rare most collectors have never seen one in person, and when it appeared at auction, it caused total chaos. Check your coins now. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Your hidden treasure might already be waiting. Stop. Do not skip this, because the old, dirty penny you're about to overlook could be a hidden treasure worth big money. I'm talking about the 1953 D wheat penny, a coin millions of people have spent, ignored, or thrown away. Yet the right one can deliver life-changing value. Here's the mystery. 1953 was deep into post-war America. The Denver Mint was pushing out huge numbers of pennies fast, using worn equipment, tired dies, and rushed inspections. On paper, the year looks ordinary. In reality, it quietly produced some of the most overlooked and dangerous varieties in wheat penny history. Errors slipped out. Unusual strikes escaped. And decades later, collectors are paying big money for coins most people still think are worthless. Let me tell you a real-world scenario. A retired mechanic found a handful of filthy wheat pennies stuck to the bottom of an old toolbox magnet. Almost tossed them. One penny caught his attention, 1953, with a tiny D under the date. The letters looked strange. The rim felt off. That coin later shocked him at auction, selling for thousands of dollars. That's how hidden treasure shows up, when you least expect it. Now listen carefully, because most 1953 D wheat pennies are common. But a small group? Those are the ones that bring big money. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1953. Next, look under the date for the D mint mark. That D is crucial. No D. It's not the coin we're talking about. Now look at the color. Is it dark chocolate brown, red brown, or does it still glow with original red copper? That color can mean the difference between pocket change and life-changing value. A 1953 D wheat penny in full red condition, graded high by professionals, has sold at major U.S. auctions for five-figure prices. Same year, same design, just condition. But here's where things get intense. Look closely at the words, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Do the letters look doubled? Thick? Slightly offset? If they do, you might be staring at a double die error. Authentic double die 1953. D pennies have sold for hundreds to several $1,000s, even when worn and dirty. Now flip the coin and zoom in on the mint mark. Some 1953 D pennies show repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped more than once by hand. These are rare, sneaky, and often missed. Strong examples routinely sell for thousands because collectors know how hard they are to find. Attention reset, because this next detail is critical. Run your finger around the rim. Does it feel uneven? Thicker on one side? Partially missing? 1953 D off-center strikes, broad strikes, and partial collar errors exist, and they are pure hidden treasure. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these coins can bring hundreds to thousands of dollars. Now here's a shocking auction truth. A high-grade 1953 D wheat penny with blazing red color and razor-sharp strike crossed a major auction block and stunned collectors with a five-figure sale price. That proved once and for all that even boring wheat pennies can carry life-changing value. And here's what most people get wrong. Dirt is not bad. That dark, ugly surface may be protecting original copper underneath. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy big money value. Once cleaned, that hidden treasure is gone forever. Collectors across the US and UK are aggressively searching for overlooked Denver Mint wheat pennies right now. Prices are climbing because supply is shrinking. Once these coins lock into collections, they disappear. So before you dump that jar, before you ignore that dirty penny, before you assume it's worthless, check every 1953 D wheat penny you own. Because one small detail, a doubled letter, a repunched D, an off-center rim, or rare red color, could turn a forgotten coin into life-changing value. And in the next video, I'm revealing a wheat penny error so rare that most collectors will never find one, and when it finally surfaced at auction, it caused absolute chaos. Check your coins right now. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Your hidden treasure might already be in your hands. Stop. Do not scroll, because the old, dirty penny you've ignored for years could be a hidden treasure worth big money. I'm talking about the 1954 D wheat penny. It looks ordinary. It looks worn. It looks worthless. And that's exactly why so many people miss the life-changing value hiding in plain sight. Here's the mystery most collectors never hear. 1954 was a pressure year at the Denver Mint. Post-war demand was high, equipment was aging, and dies were pushed longer than they should have been. Corners were cut. Quality slipped. And without anyone noticing, rare errors and unusual strikes escaped into circulation. Decades later, those mistakes are now big money. Let me tell you a true collector moment. A man sorting through his late grandfather's coin jar found a stack of dark, greasy wheat pennies. Almost threw them away. One coin stopped him cold, 1954 with a small D under the date. The letters looked soft. The rim felt strange. That penny went to auction and shocked everyone when it sold for thousands of dollars. That's how hidden treasure works. It hides until the right eyes find it. Now listen closely, because most 1954 D wheat pennies are common, but a small percentage are absolutely not. First, check the date. It must read 1954. Next, look under the date for the D mint mark. No D, no jackpot. Now look at the color. Is it dark brown, red brown, or does it still shine with original red copper? That color is critical. A fully red 1954 D wheat penny in top condition has sold at major U.S. auctions for five-figure prices. Same coin everyone ignores, just preserved. That's life-changing value hiding in plain sight. Attention reset, because this is where things get serious. Look closely at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Do the letters appear doubled, thick, or slightly offset? You may be holding a double die 1954 D penny. Authentic examples have sold for hundreds to several $1,000s, even when worn and dirty. Now flip the coin and study the mint mark itself. In 1954, mint marks were punched by hand. That means mistakes happened. Some 1954 D pennies show repunched mint marks, where the D appears doubled or shifted. These are rare, easily missed, and extremely desirable. Strong examples regularly bring big money, often thousands. Here's another shock. Check the rim. Run your finger around it. Is it uneven? Thicker on one side? Partially missing? 1954, D off-center strikes, broad strikes, and partial collar errors exist, and collectors fight over them. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these coins can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars. That's serious hidden treasure. Now let me drop a real auction truth. A sharply struck, full red 1954 D-wheat penny graded at the top tier crossed the auction block and stunned the room with a 5-figure final price. Same year, same design, just rarity and condition. That sale alone woke collectors up worldwide. And here's the part most people get wrong. Dirt is not the enemy. That dark, ugly surface may be protecting original copper underneath. Cleaning a coin can instantly destroy big money value. Once cleaned, that life-changing value is gone forever. Right now, collectors in the US and UK are aggressively hunting overlooked Denver Mint wheat pennies like the 1954 D. Supplies are shrinking. Prices are rising. And once these coins disappear into collections, they don't come back. So before you dump that coin jar, before you ignore that dirty penny, before you assume it's worthless, check every 1954 D wheat penny you own. Because one small detail, a doubled letter, a repunched D, an off-center rim, or rare red color, could turn pocket change into big money, even life-changing value. And in the next video, I'm revealing a wheat penny variety so rare that most collectors will never see one in their lifetime. And when it surfaced at auction, it caused absolute chaos. Check your coins now. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Your hidden treasure might already be waiting.